Hi, my name is Lian Zheng. Me, Manhao, Jinyan, and Kaijiet, four of us will present a topic which is called Toxicity of Tetanus Toxin Signaling Pathway. So let's move on to our introduction part. So basically, what is tetanus? Tetanus is actually an acute infectious disease which is caused by the spores of bacterium, which is called Clostridium tetani. So I will now introduce the tetanus signaling pathway. So first of all, tetanus toxin is a dimeric protein which made up of two chains, heavy chain and light chain, which represent as HC and LC. So this tetanus toxin will be binds towards with many gangliosides. So the first will be GM1A, GT1B, and GT3 on the plasma membrane. So these gangliosides are actually act as the receptor of the toxin, which allowing them to bind to the target cell membrane. So after attaching to the gangliosides, the tetanus toxin will be appears to be the endocytosis. So this is the mechanism by which the cell membrane engulfing the toxin receptor combination and brings it inside the cell. The tetanus toxin is actually delivered to the cell via endocytic vesicle, which is actually clathrin coated. So the endocytic vesicle that contain the tetanus toxin will then continue to move forwards or move towards inside the cell. The moving pathway are actually reversed against the motor neuron pathway. So eventually they will reach towards our dendritic cell along here. Now I will pass the presentation to Manhao to continue the signaling pathway.
The key steps of the pathway is in how the tetanus toxin shut down the inhibiting neuron. First, the tetanus toxin at the dendritic spine of the motor neuron fuses with the glycinergic inhibitory neuron. Once the tetanus toxin is inside the inhibitory neuron, it will then lower the pH level inside the vesicle and cause a conformational change in the toxin dimer and eject the light chain into the cytoplasm. The light chain of the tetanus toxin will then cleave the VAMP2. VAMP stands for vesicle-associated membrane proteins and are proteins that are involved in exocytosis. The VAMP or V snares will need to bind with the complementary T snares on the plasma membrane to facilitate exocytosis. Now, the tetanus toxin light chain has removed an amino terminal peptide on the V snare through metalloendopeptidase activity. The incomplete V snares will then be unable to bind to the T snares and initiate exocytosis of the vesicles containing glycine, an inhibiting neurotransmitter to be released out to the synaptic cleft. This will result in uncontrollable muscle spasms on the patient with no stop.
Okay, so as Manhao said, how tetanus can affect your nerve system is by preventing the forming of vesicles and neurotransmitter. So if this happens, there will be no inhibition of neuron, just as Manhao has mentioned earlier how neurotransmitter can affect. And so neuron will continue to send impulse to the muscle cell as the neurotransmitter won't stop them. So it will always send the signal to your muscle, so your muscle will continue to contract. As it contract, it's just how our body works. When your muscle contract, it will continue to contract and contract and contract and contract. Basically, it will make muscle spasm, and it will usually happen around the jaw. And the muscle spasms are actually quite painful, and if in serious case, it may also fracture your bones. And most people die from tetanus because of this. And so yeah, what are the possible solutions we can prevent such tragedy to happen? I will pass it to Kaijie.
Hi, my name is Lee Kaijian, and today I will be talking about intervention and solution for tetanus. For intervention, tetanus diphtheria pertussis, known as Tdap, is injected to us at a young age. Tdap is given to us as a combination vaccine that protects us from tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. For solution, according to CDC, it is recommended for us to be Tdap vaccinated every 10 years to prevent any infection caused by tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. There is another solution, which is TIG. TIG, tetanus immunoglobulin, is a therapeutic injection used when you or others suspect that you might have been infected by tetanus. Also, TIG neutralizes the tetanus toxin and provide a temporary protection from tetanus. Another fact that is TIG can be used while being Tdap vaccinated. And that is it for our presentation. Thank you.